run it? Who 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 run it? These bitches ain't running. Run, shit with y'all mouth, cause the first hater step the first hater getting toast. These bitches ain't running. Run, shit with y'all mouth, cause the first hater step the first hater getting toast. These bitches ain't running. Run, shit with y'all mouth, cause the first hater step the first hater getting toast. These bitches ain't running. Run, shit with y'all mouth, cause the first one y'all step the first one. I'ma toast. These niggas got plenty data, but they ain't got plenty guns. I'm busting out luxury cars, still got these hoes on the run. I'm hearing plenty me words, but ain't no actions to prove. We can do some straight walk for walk, we can do some sticking and moving. We can be in the middle of these streets or in the middle of this rain. I can pop your chest plastic block or pop your jaw diamond ring. Bitch don't hate me, hate the bank for stacks of cheese that I take, or hate my shiny wristband and big ass rims I rotate. See flick for flick when I'm coming, got something stick at the stomach. They wondering what I brought in, they wondering what I got coming. Niggas, I'm coming like this, up in your mouth like a bitch. Taste me when you think of me, I'm bread and water.
What's the business? It's that player that you love to hate. Always see come out the bank. Always have to miss my name when you hide on the drink. Catch up with this boy you can't, cause you know I'm holding rank. When you see the platinum Rolex with the ice and make it rain. Through the streets now have you heard about the mafia dropping birds, running from the knives and cops, throwing out the bags of earth. Ain't afraid to cut the steel. Politics to make you feel. If you wanna burn me out, Cartier's and the struggler's real.
Bitches ain't running. Run, shit with y'all mouth, cause the first hater step the first hater getting toast. These bitches ain't running. Run, shit with y'all mouth, cause the first hater step the first hater getting toast.
I can't take it anymore. I'm about to explode. I'm about to overload. I'm about to kill the boy. All I wanna know is where the keys at, where the keys at. Keep it easy. You don't wanna get skeezy. All over this motherfucker road, nigga, boom. Later on your back so you can get up soon. Stab it in your heart with a hard fucking boom. Nigga, boom. Nigga, boom.
Scarecrow's on and I'm still hungry, starving for a platinum supper. White bit MCs up like Bounty, the crew that'll say to be eater upper. If it was scripts, gas, gun them all down. Even ghost town, split, splash brains on the ground with a cannon round. Ball back, fashion man is back, beating bitches down. Battle legs, blaze, busted bones, body never found. Catch a close encounter, cause the Anna kills off these rap bones. Chemical reaction, cobra venom shot into his arm.
Bitches ain't running. Run, shit with y'all mouth, cause the first hater step the first hater getting toast. These bitches ain't running. Run, shit with y'all mouth, cause the first hater step the first hater getting toast. These bitches ain't running. Run, shit with y'all mouth, cause the first one y'all step the first one.
Here
I'ma
we
toast
go, all
out.
you weak ass hoes in my face like you my friend. 666, drop it again, time to make ends. Dope game, high game, hoes lame, it's a shame. How they get the boo is gonna click up on these bitches, man. Fat cat, what I be packing, how you love that? Fuck a plan of black, give me money where the dollars at. Get dead in a second for 10 G. Black Haven is where I be on my P's.
Watch out for your children. It's a warning, better lock 'em in the basement. Turn this up the rugged, come corrupted, ugly, pussy, close your fucking door, my nigga, who's trying to tell you something. Peter, pussy, yeah. Walking fuck back, who's the nigga? I'm known to do some sin, missing married, but I didn't know that nigga. Thinking he just a killer, so we figure, so watch a fucking, but the motherfucking slugs inside the
These bitches ain't running. Run, shit with y'all mouth, cause the first hater step the first hater getting toast. These bitches ain't running. Run, shit with Who run it? 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 Who run it?
Dang, I did not mean to do that. Hello, hey Lenny Pretty. All right, y'all. Yeah, 3-6 Mafia is all. That's gonna always be the cut. That's gonna always be the cut. How y'all doing? Happy Saturday to y'all. Hello. So I want to talk about violence and why I am not violent, why I don't fight, nor will I ever have to take an enemy out in this lifetime or the next one. Wanted to come and talk about that and muse about that for a minute. So, first of all, this is not to down anybody else. You know, it's a lot of people that I know. So somebody pops some shit off with them, they gonna be scrapping in the middle of the street real fast, real quick. Okay, like I'm not downing you. We all come into this world with different with differences. We all come into this world with differences. We all. Like some of y'all come into this world and this your first time on this earth. Some people come into this world and their soul is like billions of years old. Some people have billion-year-old souls. So there's the difference between old souls and new souls. Now, I, for one, personally feel like I'm one of the old souls. I feel like my soul is billions of years old. I do. And that doesn't make me any better than the next person or the next person. It's just that there are some people that are very different. For me, I don't like violence. Believe it or not, I know I listen to rap music. I can be very bitchy. But when it comes to violence, I actually do not like violence. And it's probably because there's some soul trauma that's there on some level. And then my theory is also that, believe it or not, I am super duper ultra feminine. I believe that I have the soul of a woman. I have the soul, and I'm not saying that you women out there that get out there and scrap your shit out. I'm not saying that y'all don't have a feminine soul because femininity is not necessarily non-violent. Females can be very violent. Look at lions, especially if they are defending their loved ones, right? However, I can have the spirit of a lioness, which I am a Leo rising, to Leah's jagged teeth. Hello. I can have that, but at the same time, we can relate to animals, but we are still not animals. I hear people saying that all the time. Oh, we're just human animals. Well, that makes no sense because how are you going to be human and an animal at the same time? I don't agree with that when people say that. So that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to sense danger and pounce. At the end of the day, I have much more of a complicated mindset than that. And I'd rather use my superhuman mind powers on a person, straight up and down. I'd rather not be fighting with anybody. I don't like that. I actually don't like violence. And then also being that I am super duper feminine, This lifetime so far has been a bit of a disappointment because the way I see it, the way I see myself living, and I've actually lived this way before, but not exactly, right? But there was a long period of my life. I'm talking about years and years and years. And this is the reason why a lot of the energy that me and my children have been dealing with, especially my older children, have been dealing with the past 10, 13 years, it has really been a source of trauma. It's been culture shock because my kids, all of them, especially the older ones, but all of them are used to being in a very peaceful environment where there's not even any arguments. But to be honest with y'all, in this life, I feel like I would love to live in a castle with a moat just off in the middle of nowhere with knights and guards, with my frilly little things and, plush, fluffy pillows and stuff. I am not the type of person that likes to be gutter. I'm not. And it's like I said, I did recreate that lifestyle for a very long time. And it actually wasn't until I went on a journey of home ownership so that I could actually really own it. That was when I ran into issues and oppressions. A lot of oppressions and a lot of BS. A lot of BS. Was it meant for me to go to college? No, it wasn't. It wasn't meant for me to go to college. It wasn't meant for me to get a college degree. It wasn't meant for me to do that. It was meant for me to do exactly what I'm doing right now. That's a fact. So the one thing about me is that looking at my life, do I have any regrets? No, because that's somebody else's life. I don't look at other people's lives and experiences and want that for myself. I don't have any regrets. And the reason why is because, like, when I was raising my three oldest kids, I was at home with them. I was working jobs that, it was kind of like they were the focus. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't on that back then. And when I went on my journey, I felt like codependent people wanted me to model after them because codependent people, they do have an issue of not only codependency, but they also want you to do what they do because it somehow makes them feel validated in the things that they're doing. And a lot of people, even though they claim that they are okay with themselves, they're actually not. Because if they were okay with themselves completely and totally, they wouldn't feel the need to be judgmental and try to change other people into them. Like, there's a lot of people that want people to match exactly what they do. And if you don't do it exactly the way they want it to, they're going to start wars with you. Like, that's literally what we're dealing with here. Okay. So for me, I don't like violence. And then also, the problem with me is that when it comes to enemies, like my loved ones and family, the people that I love, I know that they ain't gonna never take my head off or kill me, and vice versa. I ain't gonna never do that. But when it comes to an enemy, I've been to beat somebody into a coma. It's just something I don't want to unleash the dragon. I don't want to do that, and I'm not. You know why? I'm not going to do that because that's what God does not want. My spirits do not want that. I don't want nobody's fucking blood on my hands. Nobody's. In fact, I don't even like arguing with people. I do not like having, that's the one thing that I can't stand is when people accuse me of liking drama. When they're bringing drama to me, I actually don't like drama at all. I actually hate it. I'll get myself involved with some drama, especially when it matters. But then if it's over something that doesn't matter to me, like, for example, if somebody rolled up on any one of my loved ones' family, my kids especially, my man, my nigga, oh, I'm all at that. I'm all at that. I'm all at somebody's damn throat, like a coyote on a goat. But if it's somebody else's plight, being somebody's gopher, trying to help fulfill somebody else's dream, living within somebody else's reality, no, no. I will never be casted in somebody else's playbook. And Lenny Pretty, that's a good question. Well, making amends with somebody is almost like kind of like you did them wrong and they did you wrong. I don't know that lady. She is not important to me. I don't like her. I don't want nothing to do with her. So no, I'm never like, she's literally on my shit list. But that doesn't mean that I have to attack her. I don't agree with that. I think that it's stupid. I think that, and see, that's the whole thing about me. I got the best Scorpio energy because I know how to cut a person off. Once I cut you off, you done. You go your way, I go mine. You take what's yours, I take mine. Goodbye. Bye-bye now. I don't do that. No, I don't like that. I don't. I think in my 8th house, I got Pisces in my 8th house. Yep, I'm pretty sure I got Pisces in my 8th house. Pisces people, if you do something to them once, shoom, they up out of there. Ain't no coming back. That's in my 8th house with Scorpio, with Pluto. So I'm not a very tolerant person. It just is what it is. I don't hold on to people. And then I think I got Pisces in another area of my chart too that makes me like that. And I'm not going to change. I don't need to. You see what I'm saying? Like, all you got to do is walk away. The reason why those people can't walk away, Lenny Pretty, is because they know they wrong. They know they wrong. And it's almost like they want me to forgive them or accept them. I'm never going to accept you. I don't care about what somebody else would tolerate. If somebody would allow you to do harm or talk shit about their kids, even if my loved ones, even if my children talk shit about me, them still my babies. I'm riding or dying with them. Even if my man, if I love you, I ain't going nowhere. You see what I'm saying? Somebody like her, bye. I don't even know you. You see what I'm saying? There's no need. What is the discussion about? And I can't help who I am, and you can't change me. You can't change me. Let me pull up my chart real quick. Let's see here, zodiac birth chart. Because it ain't just my place. It's also uh it's also my alignment, my planetary alignment when I was born. Zodiac birth chart. But see, then I'm a Cancer and I'm a very forgiving person. So so when a Cancer lets you in, like I ain't even gonna lie. My significant other, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. But I that's because I trust him. I know he ain't gonna do nothing to hurt me. But whatever it is, I don't give a damn. He ain't getting rid of me. Hold on. That would be like losing a part of myself. You know what I'm saying? All right. So my tropical zodiac, my Pluto is in Libra. So that's Venus, but that's an air energy. That's air. You see what I'm saying? If it was Virgo or Taurus or Capricorn, but a Libra is going to be like, bye. Especially if you tip our scales too far off balance. And the thing of it is that when it comes to my love style, right? When it comes to my love style, I feel like my love is worthy, is valuable. And if you misuse it, I can't tolerate that. Especially if I showed you love. You took it for granted. Now, in my place of this, Libra isn't what? Libra the third? I'm sorry, not Libra. Is Venus the third? No, I think Venus is the second and the fifth house. So in my second house, I'm Virgo. 3, 4, 5. But in my fifth house, I got Sagittarius. Right? Hold on. Let me make sure I got that correct. Now, Sagittarius is usually will cut people off and just forget about you. That I've never seen Sagittariuses that can't stop thinking about you, or whatever. Okay, hold on. Which planet is? Because I get those mixed up because both Mercury and Venus rules over two different houses. Okay, which planets rules? Third and sixth house. Okay. Okay, yeah, I was right. So Mercury is the third and sixth house. Venus is the second and the fifth house. Let me make sure. Pretty sure that's how it works. I just want to make sure because, hold on, second and fifth house. Yep. Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. It's the second and the seventh house. Give me a second. I think that Venus rules the second and the seventh house. I'm tripping. Fifth house is the sun, which is Leo. Okay, so I knew I was saying something wrong. I'm sorry, y'all. Yep, it's the second and the seventh house is Venus. So my second house is Virgo, and then my seventh is Aquarius. Okay. Again, that's air. You know, and Aquariuses are usually very solid people. My grandmother was an Aquarius, very solid person. You know what I'm saying? But she was mostly like that for her family and her peoples. Like somebody outside my family, I don't even remember you. Who are you again? That's real talk. Like, I don't be thinking about stuff like that. And then when you go and you look at my tropical zodiac, my Uranus is in Scorpio. So the planet that rules over Aquarius, I got Scorpio. So that means that number one, I keep my circle extra small, and number two, because number two, when I tell you I'm done, I'm done. I'm done. If it's a family member or something, that's different. Depends on what the hell you done did. I'm actually very tolerant when it comes to family, though, but it do be pissing me off because I enjoy my peace all the time. Ask my kids. My kids was raised by a mother that was peaceful 98% of their life. My little ones, they hate to hear me fussing. They don't because they not used to that. Like I ain't even gonna lie, one time some stuff erupted. My daughter found some scissors and cut her sister's hair off that I had just grew in. Cause my baby got that good hair. She get it and her hair's all, curly. She got it locked up now, but and I had just grew my baby's hair and the other one cut the baby hair. Oh my God. Other than that, always peaceful. Reading a book, watching TV. My kids had the best upbringing. They used to that. They not used to their mama fussing about nothing. And they hate it. My kids do not like all this arguing. They don't like it. They not used to that. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying. Here's the thing about it. I don't like people undermining me when it comes to myself. When it comes to myself, if I walk away from a person because I see that they getting ready to bring some energy into my life that I don't like, and then you come back with some shit that's 10 times worse than what I walked away from, oh, I'm gonna be pissed. That's when you gonna catch that Leo rising. My rising sign is a Leo. And I don't like literally like and I don't like people trying to play me and trying to make it seem like I'm gonna give a fuck about your opinion of me. I don't like that either. Because really, to be honest with you, you ain't gotta be bothered with me. It's like I said, you can pretend I'm dead. That don't mean I'm actually be dead, but you just act like I died. Walk away. I don't like that shit. I don't like no violence. I don't like no drama. I don't like no ignorant shit. I feel like people should be able to work out their problems without arguing. You know, when you a vlogger and you talk about certain things about yourself, though, I have said it so many times. Part of the reason why I spend so much time at home is because I don't like to argue. I don't like arguments. I don't like fights. I don't like bickering. And I really don't appreciate people trying to mess with my livelihood like that. I can't stand that. And I understand that there's a lot of people that don't understand boundaries and don't value them, which is why they don't give them to others. But I was actually raised with boundaries. I was raised within healthy boundaries. My parents taught me boundaries. Then also, I was raised in a very quiet household, very quiet. Every once in a while, my father would play the guitar, watch the game. He'll get a little loud. Sometimes, and I'm talking about one or two times. You know how many times I've seen my parents arguing and fighting? Twice. Twice. I wasn't raised like that. I'm an only child. I ain't used to having siblings. Even the children that I raised them to get along with each other. And I don't like other people trying to be an influence on my children. Then let's talk about the healer in me. I know for a fact that people not paying attention to the possession, whether or not it's a loud possession or quiet possession. I don't like the fact that people don't pay attention to that, but then also they don't care about how all of that stress is forming disease within the body. I don't like it. I don't like it. And you know what? If I don't fulfill, which I will, let me not say that. If I ever left this earth and I didn't fulfill the lifestyle that I want that's within my soul, I'm a haunt people. I'm a haunt people. I'm gonna act a damn fool when I go into the afterlife. I'm gonna be knocking over people's glasses of milk onto their carpet. I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna do all kind of shit, which I won't have to because I know that I will fulfill that. Nobody can stop me from doing that. I like my solitude. I like my peace. I like water. I don't like oceans. Oceans are too big for me. It's too much going on in the ocean. I like lakes. If I was in Louisiana, I'd like a bayou, a river. But lakes is my favorite. I don't want that. And you know what? You can't stop a person from their soul fulfillment. And I'll be warning people about that. Now, if your soul fulfillment is to do harm to people, you need to check your shit. That's not harming anybody. Getting what you want out of life peacefully should not harm anybody. But then again, I will tell you that I have a very controversial and what seems like difficult career choice. Here's the thing about it. The spiritual wars that I fight, they ain't loud. They usually quiet. And when things start to get loud, there are certain spirits that I have to pay attention to because those certain spirits, they will make things start being loud. So I just reminded myself of that and I'll check with that later. However, I don't believe that that was them. I think that people need to understand, and it ain't just me. I don't get peace by hurting other people. My peace is created by helping people. And there is a difference between what right and wrong. It is. So for me, if I see somebody being wronged, I want to make it right. And I'm tired of people trying, like, there are some people that try to convince people that while they're doing wrong, they're doing right. And people need to stop trying to play those games. My parents taught me, my God taught me what was right and wrong. If it differs from what your right and wrong is, and we don't get along about it, move on with your life. That's that's the one thing about it that people got to understand, that you cannot force your beliefs on other people. If you cannot coexist with that person peacefully, walk away. So here I am for 13 years, been going back and forth with people, and I despise it. Because you know where it came from? It came from me recognizing another person being a danger to my health, to my livelihood, to my children, to my well being. And then this person saying, let me force this on you. Oh, okay, you're going to walk away from me because you knew what type of energy I was going to bring into your life? Okay, well, let me purposely send this energy into your life. And to me, that's disgusting. To me, that repulses me. Then also another thing, people have to accept the way that I am. You can't make me be like you. The reason why I'm so in love with my significant other is because me and him are just alike. We like our peace, period. Period. We like our peace. We don't like negativity. Other people might be different. That's why me and him are in sync with each other. Because we both like our peace. That's why we get along. We are very similar. Why is it that people are trying to be attracted to the opposite? I'm not like you. You can't make me be like you. I'm a positive person. You're a very negative person. I can't rock with you. Simple. Now, have I existed in lifetimes where I've harmed people? Hell yeah. That's why my soul already knows I don't want to go through that. I don't want to go through that. I don't want my life to be no damn nightmare. I like scary movies. Do I want some scary shit to pop off in my real life? Hell no. That's why they make movies. Actually, I wish I could be like Machiavelli and fake my fucking death just to get just to get away from my enemies. People that don't like me. Unjustifiably, they don't like me. I don't want to be bothered with that. I want peace. That's not who I am. And it's been extremely difficult for people to try to turn me from a love bug into hate. People have purposely tried to do that, and I don't like it. And see, this is where God had already prepared me. I was born to deal with it, but not for the rest of my life. No. So I was born a Cancer sun sign, but I'm on the cusp of Gemini, right? So yeah, we all have a dark side to us. We all do, which is the side of yourself that fights for self, fights for what you believe in, but then also it's about survival. But then again, my intellectual side lets me know that if you're constantly fighting for survival, you can't flourish if you're always in survival mode. And a lot of people know that. And that's how they get to people. And I don't deal with people that are not smarter than that. So then that's where I choose my friends wisely. And I keep my enemies at a distance. I don't keep people that are my enemies close to me. In fact, in my opinion, if you can't think of a solution to settle your differences, settling your differences with your enemies doesn't necessarily mean making amends to them either. It doesn't. You can make peace with it. I make peace with it every day. If I feel like I can't make peace, I'm going to go take a shower. I'm going to take a bath. But that don't making peace with something don't necessarily mean being cool with that person again. No. So in other words, my cutoff game is superb. You can't play with my cutoff game. If I cut you off, I cut you off. Ain't no coming back from that. I feel like everybody should have those kind of standards. It's certain things, even though I know my significant other just adores me. He adores me. You think that I would ever cross his boundary though and play with him and play in his face. Never. Even though sometimes he be testing me. I'm like, I don't think he be testing me. But, he can do that. He's special, right? However, I'm not going to play in his face because I know that he can't tolerate that. So I'm not going to do it. Why? Because I don't want to lose him because I love him. That's love. Then also, I can't get down with people that I will never get along with a person that proclaims that stabbing a person up is love. I'm sorry, I can't get down with you. How are we ever going to set standards or set the standards high when people are so lowly standard? So as a woman, I'm supposed to feel complimented if a man beats me up, it stabs me up. I'm supposed to feel like, ooh, I'm dead, but boy, I must have some good stuff. Woo, I got some good stuff over here. This person done stab me up. Like, no, man. Like, come on now. I don't like no warped, twisted. And if I don't agree with you, I don't agree with you. You can't force me to agree with you. I can't stand that. And I feel like the people that really, to be honest with you, they want to be my friend, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's only because it's about currency and exchange, right? For them. It's all about, you know, them impressing others if they can make friends with me. But I feel like so irritated with the fact that people that know damn well you not compatible with me. You know damn well me and you ain't the same. You know damn well we ain't even close to being compatible at all. And you trying to take up all the time that should be spent with the people that I am compatible with. Then there's only so many hours of the day. And I don't hate my family. I don't hate my children. I don't regret having my babies. So as much time as I can spend with them is what I want to do. And my loved ones made me realize that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I can come and do these witching hour TED Talks. But to be honest with you, when it's time for me to focus on anybody in my life that's important, that's going to be the focus. And so that was kind of the message yesterday. You know what I'm saying? It was for real. And I get it. And I get it. Because when anybody that I love and cares about says anything to me, I listen. I listen. Because there's a lot of people out there that it's a lot of people out there that blame all their problems on their kids. I've That's so childish to me. It's like you the one brought them into this world. You know what I'm saying? No, you know what I'm saying? Like you should like my time and my attention, all of it should be focused on the people that I love. That's a fact. And other people in social media taking up my time. And I'm supposed to sit up here and waste time out of my life fighting with somebody in the middle of the street over somebody else's war, over what somebody else believe in. Y'all, I can't do that. I can't in good faith do that. Even if I've done that before, going forward, I'm not going to make that mistake again. What's the point in making mistake after mistake? It doesn't really mean anything to me. So then they're like, okay, well, we know you don't care. So then let's make it mean something to you. Let's be threatening to the people that you love. And then that's when I'm going to become a demon. And you're going to literally think of me as a demon. And you should expect that automatically. You know what I'm saying? You should, anybody should be that way. And then don't try to, and another thing that I'm not tolerant of is people trying to change my identity. That's been really irritating, is people trying to change my identity for their own purpose. Oh, I need for you to be this person. Well, I'm not. And you know what? Yeah, it makes me want to do egregious harm to those people that do that. Am I going to do that? No, I'm not, because I'm smarter than that. Because I first of all, I don't like doing anything to go to jail. I'm not doing nothing to go to jail. I do not like jail. And you know what? I got locked up for 24 hours for doing something that I did not do. That shit formed a complex inside of me. That was trauma. Like literally, I was being attacked by my neighbor. And because they had a lying ass witness, I had to be arrested and go to jail for something I didn't do. I feel very passionate about that. Ever since then. And then people take advantage of that. So it just is, oh God. Don't play with me like that. Trust me and my spirits have talked about it all. We done talked about it all. So it's been already a very enlightening new moon. We ain't even met the new moon yet. I got certain things that I don't like it when people blame me or project their shit to me either. I don't like that. I can be forgiving. Here's another thing. I don't like liars. I don't know. Maybe it's because I was raised like my Aunt Regina had a big impact on me. You know what I'm saying? Her and my mom and my grandma, and they taught me ethics. Very strong ethics is what they taught me. And my auntie used to always tell me, you know what? I don't like liars and I don't like thieves. She was one of my biggest teachers in life. She was an Aries. You can't change 30. I'm not going to ever change. For what? The way I was perfectly fine. All I need to do was grow from there. And for people, and then I don't like people to try to stunt my growth. I don't like that. I don't like none of that. I had very good teachers in my life. Pioneers, very powerful, strong people teaching me. I didn't need to come and be taught nothing. Didn't nobody need to teach me no lesson that my grandma didn't already teach me. And my mother, the way they raised me was perfect. Hold on, y'all. The way my mother taught me was through love. My mother didn't teach me through hate or violence. You know that my mother, I can't remember my mama ever whooping me. My mama ain't never been violent with me. My dad got my little tail a couple of times, which I know a lot of people, when they hear black people talk about getting their butt whooped, they be like, oh my God, that was violence, you know. He just whooped me with a belt, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no big deal. He wasn't trying to hurt me, but you know, I wasn't taught with, you know, I can honestly say that I ain't never been cussed out by my mama. Never. So the way a lot of people are, and the way a lot of people handle conflict resolution, to me is ridiculous. And you can't undermine my parents. And you can't tell me that you can't never tell me that my mother didn't love me. You can't never tell me that my father didn't love me. You can't never tell me that. Because these are people that raised me. These are people that raised me. I am who I am, and I'm very proud of who I am because of my parents. It ain't a damn thing wrong with the way that they raised me. I feel like my parents did a great job raising me, especially when it came to my mom, but both of my parents. Cause my father, he used to sit down and talk to me about drugs, about not using drugs all the time. Why? Because he knew about the shit. My mother would always teach me to respect my body and to be a strong woman and to not let a man disrespect me. You can't stop that. You can't pervert my mother and my father's teaching. You can't do that because it's who I am. And then you can't say, oh, well, they made one mistake or she made one mistake in judgment because my mother was possessed. My mother was going through cancer. You're not going to make me discount everything my parents taught me, all the time they spent talking to me based upon one little fucking mistake. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. So and that's another thing about me. I don't like nobody trying to be my mama or especially my mama or my daddy. You know what I'm saying? Even though I call my significant other, I do call him daddy. But he's just an amazing person. Very patient, but stern at the same time. Non-abusive, very non-abusive. It's heaven. It's heaven. It is. And I don't and then to try to make it seem like I'm a part of a club med, club disrespect, club abuse. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop even. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, I don't like none of that. So now I ain't gonna never be violent. I don't need to. And I talk to my spirits about that. That's another thing. I've talked to my spirits about that on several, like a lot. I've spoken to them about that, and they know I don't like it. I do not like violence at all. I don't. I don't even like arguments. Then my parents taught me how to be very self-sufficient. I was an only child. So the way that I worked out my emotions, I learned how to self-soothe at a very young age. So that's why I've always been such a good mother. So I've always been a good friend. People love having me as their friend because I don't take my shit out on other people. Definitely don't take my shit out on my kids. I don't take anything out on nobody else. I don't do stuff like that. I might be able to minister to, or I could be cordial with somebody that do that, but the second you do that to me, the second you start blaming me for your problems, trying to make it seem like I got some fuck shit on my consciousness, I ain't got nothing like that on my consciousness. I don't even think about stuff like that. So, and I like the way my mind works. My mind is always in a beautiful place. My mind is always in a beautiful place. It is. And I don't like it when people try to put ugly things in my head. I don't like that. Just talking about it is hard. I'm feeling like tightening in my fucking chest just talking about it. I can't stand that. I can't stand that. I do not like it. Then also I am an authentic healer. And I feel like it's like based upon my race as to why people trying to throw me in it. Like I shouldn't be, I shouldn't have to be dealing with all that drama and shit while healing people at the same time. I remember when I was a young healer, like in my 20s, I suffered from chronic fatigue syndrome. But that's because I was doing a lot of healing of other people in my sleep. And people running around here acting stupid and crazy. I don't like that. And God don't like it either. 9 times out of 10, if you doing something to me, you getting attacked by God. And a lot of people want to say, "Oh, well, you unholy, you ungodly. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about." God is a very complicated subject. I'm loving this thunderstorm, y'all. I really want to go so I can just sit and listen to it. God is a very complicated subject matter, though. When I came into this world in 1977 was when astrologists first discovered the planet Chiron. And it can be all kind of theories, you know. As a healer, maybe the main god that influences me is Chiron. You know what I mean? That's when that planet was first discovered. They say that Pluto is a dwarf planet, but I believe that Pluto is where a lot of physics, especially quantum physics, you know. So I spend a lot of time thinking about things like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't, and when I'm not like when I'm decompressing, I'm doing a lot of meditation and deep breathing and watching a movie or something. I'm not doing other stuff like that. Like I'm like, and I don't want to say my family misses me, But my children, they miss me. They miss because they know they mama. They know they mama. And so I promised them that I wouldn't do that anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I just trust that I'm protected to the point where people that like people in social media, right? They like to put on productions. And I think it's so disgusting for you to just try to force somebody to be a part of your production like a slave. Literally, I'm not being paid for that. Like, you ain't even paying me for that. I wouldn't even accept money for that. It's some shit I wouldn't do even to get paid for it, even if I got paid for it. You know what I'm saying? But yesterday afternoon when I was talking, I was just letting people know because I noticed that it's a lot of new viewers. And, you know, those people, they always have to try to program the public whenever new people are coming around. They are always trying to program the public against me. And I think it's disgusting. And the public is supposed to believe that because of what? So that's what I was talking about. Because regardless, a lot of people be like, you know, some people will say to me, well, why don't you leave social media and just don't run your business? Do you not realize that even if I were to leave and walk away and start running my business, that I'm still going to be catching hell from these people? So I might as well just fucking go with it. Still going to be catching hell because they still going to be bringing up my name. And you're dealing with a collective consciousness of people. So it don't matter. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It really doesn't, because they're still gonna say it because they're codependent on it. They made it up. They thought about it. It's a part of their production. It's a part of what they do, and they're gonna go with it. I don't know why. It don't make them no money. But maybe it just brings them satisfaction in thinking that they're stopping me from progressing. Maybe that's what that is. And I think God be showing people all the time. Like, people be trying to make it seem like, oh, well, you just need to walk away from that. But God won't let me. And then people be wondering why certain things be happening. It's God is trying to tell you something. That's why. So why even go through the rigmarole? Because I can tell you that God is protecting my heart. And you know, the one of the worst things is when it comes to my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do not like it when people play around with any of my children. But anyway, that's pretty much it. I think that when you're going through something like that, you got to have a really good crystal grid, straight up and down. I don't think you can just sit up there and say, oh, well, we're just going to ignore that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then I feel very passionate about men exploiting women. And then especially, I was looking at Wayward Renegade Witches, bring them up. I'm going to go ahead and give them credit. But she brought up something that I said, damn. She said, so we dealing with black men basically selling us into slavery. And that's really fucked up. That's But then again, it's not just black men that's doing it. It's women that's doing it too. So that's something that I think that speaking for the ancestors that people need to stop. And stop saying just anything to people just because you think it's going to hurt their feelings. I think that's so silly. I do. I think that's so silly. And lastly, there is going to be a day very soon where I am going to be relaxed. I'm going to look for this live stream that I did. I don't know if y'all remember the live stream that I did years ago where I was talking about um I could already see like my significant other coming through. I could already see him and us living by water. I could see that very clearly. And people can't stop that. You're not going to bring hell into my life and then I'm just going to die. You're not going to do it. We're not going to let you. And I don't have no fear of that coming on here arguing with people about shit I don't care about. So then they like, well, let's give you a reason to care. Well, you still, you know what? That's not real. That's not even like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm gonna say this last thing about my uncle. I said, I don't know if you care about the future generations of your family, but for you to do what you did left our family open to people just believing anything that these people say. And that's the problem. Like, you literally were on the phone with the beast, the lion beast, that literally now at this point, she can make up whatever she wants to make up about our family. And that's got to be dealt with. That's got to be dealt with. Like, you pretty much gave her some kind of leeway or incentive. But at the end of the day, he's a man. And as a woman, not the woman, but as a woman, I am the chariot. So if they think that, oh, wow, we got him recorded, so now we can spin whatever narrative we want, all that gonna fail. All of it's gonna fail. It's already fallen. It's already failed. Straight up and down. If somebody does that to you, even if they did some kind of spell on my uncle or whatever, it's still everything you do gonna fail. And he needs to care. He needs to care. Because you can't just leave the the next generation in shambles like that. What are you doing? So, that's what I'm talking about. And I think people need to think about that. But you know what? At the end of the day, I am powerful enough to make sure that that doesn't happen. Straight up and down. Okay? Because they done said some pretty egregious, disgusting things about my uncle that have not been true, about me that have not been true. And then the little tidbit about my son and all that, oh no, all that gonna fail. All that already failed. Even before you did it, it failed. Even before you did it. Straight up and down. So whatever. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say. All right. I'm gonna get off of here. It's 3:00 in the morning. Time to eat some cookies and milk. So I'll see y'all later. Okay. Y'all have a happy Saturday. All right. Oh yeah, by the way, not only is it gonna fail, but it's gonna backfire on you. straight up and down. Says my ancestors and my spirits. Okay. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one. Blessings to y'all. Bye bye.